Ms. Tin Pei-Ling.
Thank you, Speaker. I'd like to thank the ministers for their answers, and I'd also like to thank SPS for addressing the topic of family support. Clearly, I strongly support the idea of having family as the first line of defense. Still, I'd like to ask, how does MSF balance the need to emphasize family as the first line of defense and the need to help our elderly or the vulnerable in a timely manner? Some elderly residents have shared that their children simply refuse to help, and yet they have immediate needs need to be addressed. How will MSF achieve the balance and help assure those in need that they will not be left in the cold? Second question, in addition to the Families for Life Council, what other organizations seek to promote family life and development? Are there organizations that cater to the needs of families from various ethnic groups? And lastly, besides the skills framework and the salary guidelines for the social service sector, what other measures are in place to attract and retain good people? Thank you.
Thank Ms. Tin for her range of questions. On the elderly, you would have heard the Minister of Health describe under the SG Cares movement, the community network for seniors, which allows us to tap on the strength of a network of volunteers who live in the community to look out for our seniors and to be able to alert us on occasions of need. And then behind the scenes, MOH, MSF and the other agencies will coordinate and try to resolve the issues that the seniors face. The key is to take a practical and not a dogmatic approach to helping. When an elderly person who might technically have family support runs into difficulties, I think we need to first address immediate needs. Health, financial difficulty that needs to be addressed immediately, and their welfare. And beyond that, our family service centers and counselors and social workers from the FSCs, including those from specialist agencies if need be, will come in and work alongside us to see how we can bring reconciliation within the family and to encourage the family to step up and to play their part. We recognize that in this day and age, younger people come under a lot of stress with their own work, their own jobs, their own families. And therefore, it is a case of them playing their part, but both government and the community doing more as well. On your question about the skills framework and how to attract more people into the social service sector, I said earlier that remuneration is not something that social service professionals come into the sector to look for, but we certainly need to make sure that it doesn't fall too far behind median wages in comparable professions elsewhere. So we treat our social work professionals and colleagues with dignity and respect. NCSS works very hard on branding and awareness and outreach to help young people who are thinking of a career to decide whether the social service sector is one area they'd like to move into. Broad information about the sector, but also making available to them information about, say, the disability sector and its challenges and opportunities, young children, the elderly, and so on and so forth. So NCSS, our VWOs, MSF continue to make effort to reach out through career fairs, through branding campaigns, through outreach, through open houses, to continue to bring people into the sector. Ultimately, it's about people with a heart who want to give back that we want to attract.
Mr. Ang Hin Kee. Oh, sorry.
Families for Life, question 2. Beyond Families for Life Council, we also have many community agencies that actually play an important role in promoting families, and these include the Center for Fathering, Fayette Community Services, Morning Star Community Services. For example, some of them have their own programs that we and the layman would know. Like, for example, Center for Fathering is very well known for Dads for Life, which I think, Mr. Speaker, sir, you also are very actively involved. And beyond that, we also look at some organizations that look at the ethnic groups, right, and specific groups. For example, CDAC, Mendaki, and SINDA. And we are also very happy that lately we are seeing more organizations working together. And this is something that they believe in, that family development is very important. It's not only about helping vulnerable families, but also see how, as a whole, how we can develop and give opportunities for Singaporeans to have good families. I want to share a personal experience, if you allow me, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman. You know, we are all busy, and I'm very fortunate to be in MSF, where we try to promote family life, and I make a point to spend time with my wife and my children since I got married, and we are very close together, and we help one another, we face challenges together, and it's seldom that I've been home alone. Last week, a week ago, I was home alone for about a week plus, right? I share quite a number of the activities of home, like washing, cooking, all this. I'm quite familiar. I do that. I share part of responsibilities of my wife. But one thing that I realized that when I was home alone, I miss my family. I began to feel the miss and love for my wife, my children, and I realized that what I did to make my time, my family time, was worth it because it came out. So when my family, my wife and son came back on Monday, then I started to feel a sense of happiness, a sense of fulfillment, that what I've done actually bring that happiness and sweetness in my heart and mind. So, and I'm more determined to spend time, to make time, and to say I still do to my wife. So I want to urge Singaporeans to actually make time, spend time with your wife, your spouse, and be part of the life of their children, because it is all worth it, and it's something that we all should strive for. As far as when you're married, you look for happiness together, and you want to see how you can journey through your family journey together with your children and your spouses as part of your bigger family together. So make time and spend time.